Looks like both players are keeping 7, if I'm not mistaken. Ready to go. Taiga.
Basically, if you have
Cast Mox Diamond?
Mox Diamond. Okay. Discarding Bajuka Bog. And passing the turn. All right. So we're underway here. Volcanic Island into Dragon's Rage Channeler. All right, we have some excitement for Shane's playmat and deck archetype. So things are getting really exciting on the 90s MTG live stream. How come nobody ever likes my playmats? I have nice playmats. All right, here's Life from the Loam, targeting Bajuka Bog, and we're going to see a Daze dumping a Dragon's Rage Channeler into the graveyard. Yeah, I just realized nobody ever compliments my playmats. What's that all about?
Dredge?
Yeah. That's the one I tried the, so it's like, it's one of the meld cards, but it's like the artifact that if it comes from your graveyard, you discard it all free.
Looks like a Maze of Ith, crop rotation, and exhibition map were milled for Dredge. Life and Alone back to hand, and playing an Ancient Tomb here is Shane. Attacking for 1. Uh-oh.
Attempt to cast an Endurance.
Endurance. Fetch and response here for John. Last round that we showed on stream was not really great evidence for it, but Endurance is quite good against Delver.
That's an ancient dream. So that resolves.
Alright, I will target your graveyard.
All right, targeting John's graveyard, and the cards will get shuffled and put on the bottom.
And then I will walk through here.
And now Dragon's Rage Channeler will be blocked.
Go ahead.
Bolt Surveil.
oh sorry.
So getting a use out of Surveil before these creatures will now trade. Lightning Bolt went into the graveyard, passing the turn. So we know Loam is in hand. Bajuka Bog and Maze of Ith are the only lands in Shane's graveyard at this point. There's a Maze of Ith, which will be
Cast Life
pretty good
targeting,
against
Maze of It and Bajuka Bog.
against John's creatures. Here's a Loam returning Maze of Ith and Bajuka Bog, most likely. All right, Loam will resolve. As Lomeo says, is it a hot take to say that Endurance is the best elemental from MH2? In Legacy, I think you're right. In Modern, I'm not sure. Is Solitude better than Endurance? In Legacy? I really don't know. It's close. Both have become staples, that's for sure. 63% favored for lands, said Twitch chat. Corno says Fury is the best in both formats. Fury, I don't feel like Fury gets a lot of legacy play. And well, it definitely gets some. It's not like Subtlety that gets none.
Dredge?
I don't know. Endurance may be used in more different decks, though. All right, so milling. I think the only land was a Grove of the Burn Willows there. I could be wrong.
One land.
Okay.
Yeah, Grief is pretty good. Grief is not used outside of Reanimator, though, and it's not even always a 4 of, right? I think Endurance is the one that's most widely used in Legacy. Yeah, Fury is really good with Fable of the Mirror Breaker for sure.
Hand. And I will cast it, targeting the grove.
Sure.
Go ahead.
All right, Loam returned the Grove to hand, I think. I think that was a Grove. Ah, yes, the Bog cards went under the library, and they should have gone into exile. Good catch, H2O. An unfortunate error. We'll see if the players catch it later. We talk about this quite a bit on this channel, and in a way, I feel like I no longer have to keep saying it. But, you know, if you're going to play a card like a Bajuka Bog in your deck, or you're playing in a tournament and your opponent Bajuka Bogs you, just take a moment, wait a beat, and make sure you resolve it correctly. I mean,
Just as the brainstorm.
if you just go on autopilot all the time, you're definitely going to make mistakes.
Or just brainstorms, by the way.
And we're all guilty of it. All of us. We're all guilty of it. You know, we're watching matches that happen to be recorded, but I'm sure if you watch some of your matches back, you would notice some errors as well. And you know, the seasoned veteran competitive player, I would guess, has figured out ways to shut off that autopilot and just make sure everything is resolved correctly. Just take your time, everybody. Just take your time.
Bench.
All right, here's crop rotation, Sylvan Library, and another crop rotation getting milled. So I think there are no lands in the graveyard right now,
That's what
if
happens.
I'm not mistaken.
Sometimes, at least. Grove of the Burnwell.
Playing the Grove of the Burn Willows, which we knew about. Miss Delrive's Secrets might be on a might soon be a victim of Punishing Fire. We'll see. So I guess this is a Punishing Fire build. I wonder if this lands deck has Urza's Saga. I don't know.
No targets.
All right, Loam, no targets.
Go ahead. Feels good.
At least it's in the yard, right?
All right, Lightning Bolt revealed on top. That'll flip Delver of Secrets into Insectile Aberration.
Three.
Pondering here, drawing a card,
Consideration.
and a next rest of iteration.
Three.
How am I finding the 4-color control list I've been playing? So it's been pretty good. I mean, we just watched a match with me playing, which I lost, but I ended up 2-1-1 at the event, just splitting with the 3-0 player in the end. It's been good. I feel like it actually has good matchups against Delver. Is good at fighting against combo decks. Puts up quite a good fight against Dark Depths decks. It's good. It's doing everything I want it to do at this point. Question for me is sideboard, flex slots, Comet, Minsk and Boo. Still figuring all that out. Okay, so dredging Loam here, Shadow Spear, Minsk and Boo, and Loam. So still not getting any lands milled.
That's his hand. Yep.
So they changed the rules on early sales.
I can give you some targets.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
All right, players appear to be having fun, which is good. Which is good. You want people to be having fun, but this is also a serious tournament. Here's Dark Depths. Yes, fun is allowed
This
sometimes.
is Delirium, instant sorcery land artifact.
All right, here's
Sounds like
here's a check for Delirium, and it looks like John does have Delirium, so here's an attack for 6. And maybe another Endurance getting flashed in here. Yeah, Endurance getting flashed in. Bajuka Bog remaining untapped.
Sure.
And then I will block the
Not sure what that means.
Dragon's Rage
If
Channeler,
anything,
and I'll maze
nothing.
at the insect.
So blocking DRC and Maze of Ith on Insectile Aberration seems like a good plan.
So maze happens first before damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this will happen. Damage, or blocks before damage. I'm gonna bolt this. Surveil.
All right, bolting Endurance, getting a Surveil trigger to put Murktide into the graveyard before damage.
Combat damage.
All right, so DRC trades with Endurance.
Second main.
And another Dragon's Rage Channeler. So John just dropping creatures here. You know, the double Maze of Ith is doing a pretty good job, but now John has 2 Wastelands, so we'll see what this turns into here. So Loam getting returned to hand. This is a second copy of Loam. Punishing Fire, that's pretty good. Wasteland and Crop Rotation. So Punishing Fire will be really good at removing these creatures. Giving John a life now to return Punishing Fire to hand with Grove of the Burn Willows.
I'm gonna cast it.
Yeah, some pretty bad dredges so far for Shane. Punishing Fire will remove Dragon's Rage Channeler. So it's going to be really hard for John to get some damage in. Shane's still at 17. This is looking rough. John has double Wasteland, but Shane has double Loam. So those Maze of Iths are well protected. Cast a Loam there. Plays a Wasteland. Yeah. Shane needs to put more lands in the lands deck.
I'm gonna target your tutor.
Not playing enough lands. Alright, double Wasteland takes out the mazes. Attacking for 3.
Murktide?
Here's Murktide.
I'll keep a Murktide in the yard. Yeah, I'll keep this in the yard. It's a 4/4.
4/4.
Toleric making a great point. That's how you can tell how good a lands player is, the quality of their dredges. Exactly. Exactly.
Wasteland?
Yep.
Wasteland Punishing Fire.
Your Wasteland, Pro.
Top-notch analysis.
Go ahead.
Same size.
Alright, we have people hoping for Punishing Fire win con. Let's see. It's a 4/4 Murktide.
Upkeep. I will dredge.
Alright, we're going to dredge again.
Loam. Things are getting crazy.
Let's see what Shane dredges here.
It's actually
That is crazy.
incredible.
That is crazy. Yeah.
Minsk and Boo, Endurance, and Caracas. Oh, God.
Or maybe do. I don't
Just
know.
feel bad for Shane at this point.
Exactly. Alright,
Poor Shane.
So I'll cast Life from Loam.
Alright, casting Loam. I'm assuming returning double Maze and Grove.
And then I will play a maze.
Maze of Ith. Robert says lands is clearly a controlling graveyard deck. Can we play graveyard horizontally across the top of the playmat? No, come on. Stop with that. No, can't do that.
Take 3.
Take 3.
Nobody wants that. Nobody likes that. Faye Oliveira, thanks for the sub. 2 months for Oliveira at tier 1. Thank you. Exactly, Corno. I hate when players do that. Yeah, stop with the graveyard across the mat crap.
Stop it, Kevin.
We don't want to see your graveyard, Roberts. We don't want to see your graveyard.
I'm gonna cap.
If I want to see your graveyard, I'll ask you to look at it. I don't want to see it otherwise. Keep your graveyard off the table.
Neither thing gets bigger.
All right, another Murktide coming down here.
All right.
This one will just be a
Wasteland,
3/3.
your untapped Volk, end of turn.
What a red.
Wasting the untapped Volk.
Beautiful flow. All right. Untap.
Splitzer said we need flesh and blood rules. Nobody wants flesh and blood rules. People, everybody just stop. Everybody just cut the crap in the chat. Oliveira says, hey from Brazil. Hello from New York. And hello to everyone watching in Brazil. I know there are many of you. I appreciate all of you.
3 Wastelands.
Yeah.
Please only show me your graveyard if I want to see it. Okay? Otherwise, I don't want to see your graveyard.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. There's still a bunch of them. Yeah.
Real time. I know you're doing it.
All right. So the second maze is coming down here, but Shane's life total is dwindling. 3 creatures. The double Wasteland ended up doing a lot of damage to Shane's game plan, especially because Shane took forever
You know what?
to find lands
Every time.
with loam and has milled away Minsk and booze and endurances. It's been really bad. Milled some crop rotations as well. Not good. Lands players watching though, do you think that it was correct to be dredging this whole time? I'm curious. I honestly don't know the answer. Would it have been better to draw
3-2.
or to dredge?
So I'll maze.
I'm guessing dredge just because it's like card advantage. That's the whole point of the deck. But if anybody disagrees with that play, I'm curious to know. All right, here's a Delver, a 4th creature for John, and with Shane at 6, if this Delver flips, it could be a lethal attack next turn. Punishing Fire is an option though. But if wow, no lands flipped that time either, and we're gonna get a scoop here from Shane.
Just one, yeah, just in case. So I mean, I brainstormed, but then
Morale has to be pretty low for Shane on the land side right now. That was pretty rough.
Good game.
Good game. Sorry about the variance.
Demox, thanks for the sub with Prime, making Jeff Bezos pay for it. Appreciate that.
That's a risk you take when you know you're playing Life League alone, but you keep adding more and more spells to the deck.
Yeah, Grove plus 2 Maze, you can kill Delvers, but I think Shane had enough of that game. I don't blame him. Yeah, the expiration would have been huge if they hadn't dredged. That's true. All right, looks like John, excuse me, John Multa 6.
I'll also play basic land. I'll play a guy.
Here's a turn 1 Delver. Thespian Stage comes down, okay. Delver flips, revealing Brainstorm. There's that technique again. Brainstorm is cast.
I will let you know I'm not packing any counter magic.
Yeah, punishing fire the Delvers might have been a better priority. It's hard not to have an exploration to begin. Yeah, exploration key card in the deck. Being able to drop 2 lands a turn, big part of the lands game plan. I don't know. I'm not much of a Dark Depths lands player. Ornacio, thanks for the follow. Welcome. All right, here's the Yava Maya for Shane.
Keep fetch.
What about double feature Delvers? Do we like double feature Delvers here? I don't know. There's a brainstorm for John. Attacking for 3. All right, here's Dark Depths. So the combo is available, but John has a Wasteland that can potentially stop it from happening. So we'll see what the plan is here for Shane. You can waste the stage that is a copy of Dark Depths with 0 counters on it before it sacrifices and creates Merit Lage after the legend rule. In case anybody doesn't know how that works. All right, a second Wasteland for John. That'll be pretty good. That's pretty good defense against Merit Lage. Even if a crop rotation for Wasteland happens or something like that, it's going to be hard. Okay, so we're seeing an activation here, I believe on upkeep.
Alright, I'll start casting Inspiration.
I'm gonna force pitching.
Expiration, getting forced pitching, Hydroblast. Okay. We were just talking a moment ago about how good Exploration is in these lands decks. And Dark Depths can now no longer tap from mana. So Yavimaya getting wasted
Oh yeah, thank you.
Just in case you
could be an issue.
Last game I was thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Now playing a Wasteland is Shane, which could... Well, we don't know Shane's hand, but this Wasteland, you don't want to fire it off unless you could create Merit Lage in response. Okay, so John going to attack down to 8 here. Murktide comes down, okay. I'm curious if John will wait for... Okay, so, all right, we're already going to Shane's turn, so never mind. I was wondering if John was going to fire off Wasteland while Merit Lage cannot be created, but you opted not to. All right, Grove of the Burn Willows comes down. 7/7 Murktide will do a lot of damage. Shane is at 8. All right, passing the turn.
Go attacks.
Playing a polluted delta. I was saying a moment ago, I'm not much of a depths player, but
7.
how proactive do you want to be if you're Shane with creating this Marit Lage? I'm really not sure. All right, doing it now with attackers in the red zone. So activating Wasteland, most likely targeting Wasteland, and we'll see what John decides to do. There is enough mana on Shane's side available to create a Marit Lage.
Yeah, I guess I gotta. I'm gonna. You have a basic, yeah.
Yeah, so. And then in response, I'll copy Dark Depths and make the Marit Lage.
Yep.
Okay, so John targeted Dark Depths with Wasteland. Yeah, he does risk John playing another Wasteland. I did think about that. Taller Eric, who does play quite a bit of lands, saying that Grove of the Burn Willow should have been wasted. All right, so Shane gets game 2. Once you have that board state, you're losing to Borrow or Submerge anyway. Yeah, exactly. Not going to really play around Submerge there unless you can somehow get rid of your own forest so they can't cast it or something. Which doesn't seem like it's a play that you can even make. All right, turn 1 expiration here for Shane. Let's see if it resolves. Blast Zone. Okay, Blast Zone's pretty good. Force of Negation revealed on top. Force of Negation, of course, pretty good against Life from the Loam. Exiling it on resolution. Lending a die for the Blast Zone. Here's Brainstorm. Oh, true. You can crop rotation your only forest. Yeah, there was only one forest, right? So you could crop rotation and just not have a forest anymore, but still lose to Brazen Borrower, yeah. But if you wanted to, if you knew somehow, like it was revealed that there was a Submerge, you can just make it so your opponent can't cast Submerge, assuming they don't have 5 lands. All right, here's a Wasteland for John, and he's firing it off on Blast Zone and passing the turn. It might be an aggressive Wasteland. Yeah, Submerge costs 5 mana. Did I say the wrong thing? A second copy of Expiration. All right, firing off the Force of Negation, pitching Expressive Iteration. Jean Cobb Van Dam. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. All right, Maze of Ith. Just 1 land drop this turn, despite Expiration.
That's a good one.
Go attacks.
I really don't like the idea of
All right, so Maze of Ith stops the attack, and here's a second Delver.
all gemstones, but like I have so
Shane needs some lands.
you know? But I guess I have Moxie, so it's a little less bad.
I hope we see a land drop here. Splitzer, thanks for the follow.
It's an old list.
Like the problem is like this hand right here, like
Are we not going to see a land drop?
if this is preordained or something like that, this is a good hand, but it's not.
No, I am not a fan of that.
This is the problem.
No, that is
Okay, Urza Saga comes down. So there are Urza Sagas in this deck after all. I wasn't sure.
and then
We didn't see any in the first 2 games, did we?
This deck's better than Kitaxi.
We didn't see any artifacts either, other than Mox Diamond.
I don't know because
All right, so 2 land drops this turn. So Boseiju and Urza's Saga. Okay. So
But it was just Kataxi Probe Delver.
there are lands after all.
4-color like Grixis Delver with DRS.
Yeah, that thing was good.
But like, would you?
Yeah, it seems like an extra land drop was missed last turn, right? Here's Choke. Ooh, that's pretty good.
None of these cards are very
No, but like.
Oh, good catch, Cheddar. Yeah, we did see Shadow Spear game 1. It was like on screen for like a second, right? Just kicked my power thing. Yeah, that's right. We did see Shadow Spear.
Oh, you
All right, so Mazevith prevented 1 attacker. John's land is not going to be untapping anytime soon. Urza Saga ticks up. Perfius here says, I won through a choke this past weekend playing 4-color hamster control and abundant growth is great. Yes, but the question is, Perfy, were you playing Comet Stellar Pup? That's nice and everything, but were you playing Comet Stellar Pup?
So that's rough.
Maze 1.
We don't know.
Maze 1. Take 3.
No Comet. Come on, people. What?
Figured you would waste it as soon as I did that.
If this is the best deck in the format,
And I was waiting for 1-1 to Wasteland.
All right, creating a construct here, and we're going to be hearing from the YouTube comments about this token. Doesn't bother me, but the people who watch this later on YouTube are going to be very upset. Yeah, will we copy the Saga here? Let's see.
Yeah, so trigger on the stack, thinking.
I think iterations.
Yeah, it's an odd construct token for sure.
like turn 4, I can do this.
Very strange choice.
I don't. If this is gone, no one's main deck.
Yeah.
You don't need main deck Power Blast to like in the decks that are main deck Power Blast, like they have other.
Float a mana.
Can I show my MTG paper collection? Do we? Not right now. Maybe someday.
So a lot of games, this is good enough. Obviously, it's not always, but a lot of times.
I don't think my collection is that particularly interesting, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
All my dirty sleeves.
Okay.
Taller Eric says, I don't think it's great to copy Saga against Delver. They're always playing Meltdown. A good point.
Those old, I think, what is this? Urza's Destiny. They look so.
I do not have Power 9.
rainbow.
I do have a Library of Alexandria, though.
That's cool. Is this tech?
Is it what?
Is this tech?
What do you mean?
I've just never seen that before.
Oh, yeah,
For
so
Doomsday,
it's
yeah.
Doomsday, exactly. It's like, we used to run, I can't remember, it was another 1-mana Exile with the Graveyard, and we switched to that.
I got a Library of Alexandria in like 2011. All of my dual lands, all of my pricey reserve list cards, except for the City of Traders I bought like 2 weeks ago, I bought in like the years 2011 through 2013, roughly. Thran Turbine. Oh, Thran Foundry, excuse me.
Well, that means that I won. So.
So first I'm going to maze 1. Then I'm going to cast a crop rotation. Sacking. Resolve.
Yeah, why is that in against Delver, actually? Just as a collector, I didn't buy anything for Vintage. I never played Vintage. I guess just trying to stop Delirium, stop Murktides. Seeing a Mirror Lage get created here. No.
It's in Philadelphia,
This
right?
one was mazed.
Is it like December or something? Or?
Yeah, December 8th and 9th, something like
Okay,
that.
so it's earlier in December.
Yeah, it's like the first weekend.
Go ahead.
I'll go to combat.
Yeah, choke looking good here. Chump blocking Merit Lage, not where you want to be.
Does it really matter? It matters. I'll block y'all.
Will I be at the vintage thing? Most likely not. I don't play vintage.
Which one do you want here?
It's a very tasteful match
So
in terms of people's choice in
20.
versions of cards and stuff. I like it.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, both.
Get myself organized.
My land deck's ugly. It's all mismatched. Bad editions.
Wasteland?
Yeah.
Right. Doesn't untap.
You got it. Check it out. I even had the price of progress. I wasn't drawing a land for so long.
Good games.
All right, John scoops it up. Would be interesting if that price of progress resolved, but did not have enough lands to cast it under choke.